Good morning, chestnuts, and welcome to your last learning journey lesson of the week. Hopefully you'll find this one really exciting because you're going to be imagining what an island is going to look like. So you're going to answer the question, can I use adjectives to describe the island? To do this successfully, you need to know that adjectives describe nouns, incorporate your 5 senses into your description, and draw a picture to help you visualize the island if you'd like. So let's get started. Let's first think about what has happened so far in the story. If you want, you could pause this now and talk to the person next to you, or if not, you can read along with me. I've written that Oliver and his parents have come home to Deepwater Bay. Mr. and Mrs. Crisp saw new islands in the bay and went to explore them. Oliver looked out of the window and both the islands and his parents had vanished. And Oliver is planning on going on the inflatable dinghy to try and find them. And finally, we know he is going to go to the small island first. So let's read a little more. We're just going to read this page here before we start our learning for today. He scampered to where the dinghy waited and shoved it out into the sea again. Whoop, whoop went the waves, slapping its blunt orange nose. Oliver heaved himself aboard. He couldn't work the outboard motor because his arms weren't strong enough to tug the starter cord, but there were oars stowed neatly on the bottom boards, and he pulled them out and started rowing. It didn't take him long to reach the island, where he pulled the dinghy up on the sheltered shoreward side. So Oliver has pulled the dinghy onto the shore. And what I want you to think about now is, what do you think he can see? What we're going to do is list different nouns, which are our naming words, that he's seen on the island. What you might want to do is think about what he can see, hear, taste, and smell. So I'm going to give you a minute or so to just have a think of what Oliver has come across. Right, let's see what you found. I've written that he's seen rocks, sand, trees, wood, birds, and shells. I wonder if you wrote any of those things down. What we're going to do next is see what adjectives we can use to describe these nouns. And remember, adjectives are describing words. So again, I'm going to give you a minute to think about how you could describe the different nouns that you've written down. Right, let's see what I've done and see if you've got any of the same. So, I've described the rocks as jagged, the sand is yellow, the trees are palm trees, the birds are colourful, the wood is broken, and the shells are intricate. Now, if you'd like to, you might find it useful to draw what you think the islands look like. I've put a little picture here that might be what you're imagining, and we're going to use this to do a piece of descriptive writing today. Your task is going to be to write a descriptive paragraph describing the island that Oliver approached. Use the nouns and adjectives that you've come up with so far this morning to help you with that paragraph. I've written an example paragraph for you, which you can use to help if you'd like to. Let's have a look at that now. Here's my example. As Oliver approached the island on his dinghy, he was hit by the stench of salty sea air. The island was smaller than he'd imagined and had very little upon it. Dotted along the yellow sand were tall palm trees that were swaying in the breeze. The island didn't seem very large, and Oliver was keen to try and walk all the way round to check if there were any signs of his parents. He heard a noise, but as he looked up, it was coming from a colourful albatross, not his parents. There must have been a storm at some point, because remnants of boats were strewn all over the sand, wood, string, and other items. But nothing Oliver wanted. No sign of his mum and dad. I hope you enjoyed doing your descriptive paragraph today, and I really look forward to reading what you come up with. Speak to you later. Bye.